Veer Gatha presentation by Ekam Singh, Class 6 TVS. The Indian Armed Forces. The military forces of India consist of three professional uniformed services, namely the Indian Army, the Indian Navy, and the Indian Air Force. The Indian Armed Forces are under the management of the Ministry of Defence of the Government of India. The Indian Armed Forces defend the nation from the armed services of other nations. They also help the civil community in case of a disaster. The Indian Army. The Indian Army is the land-based force of the armed forces of India. It is the third largest army in the globe. The sole objective of the Indian Army is to protect the nation from any foreign aggression that arises. During natural calamities, it conducts rescue operations to save one's life. There are a total of 65 regiments in the Indian Army. There are also many medals for different Indian Army recruits for their bravery in the battlefield. Mohan Singh was the one who established the first Indian Army in 1942. The Indian Army is well prepared for any unwanted situation in the future and has the capability to deal with it. The Indian Navy. The Indian Navy is the naval branch of the Armed Forces of India. It is the fifth largest navy in the world with 55,000 men and women, including 5,000 naval aviation and 2,000 marine commandos. With other armed forces of the Union, the Navy acts to deter or defeat any threats or aggression against the territory, people, or maritime interests of India in both war and peace. The Indian Navy protects our wealth and keeps our trade routes open. During natural calamities, the Navy is always called upon for rescue and relief operations. The Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force is the air arm of the Indian Armed Forces. Its primary mission is to safeguard Indian airspace and fight aerial wars during armed conflict. It was established in the year 1932. It has fought 4 wars with our neighboring countries. The IAF has also completed many operations. Due to highly trained crews, pilots, and access to modern military assets, the Indian Air Force is well positioned to provide rapid response, evacuation, search and rescue operation, and cargo delivery to affected areas. Wars fought by India after independence. Over the years, India has been a witness to a lot of conflicts and has fought a total of 5 wars. Wars fought by India after independence are the Kashmir War, the Sino-Indian War, the Indo-Pakistan War of 1965, the India-Pakistan War of 1971, and the Kargil War. The Kashmir War. From 1947 to 1948, India and Pakistan fought the Indo-Pakistani War, also known as the First Kashmir War, over the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. This war started as both India and Pakistan wanted the entire princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. Terrorists from Pakistan were trying to attack and capture Kashmir. The war ended with the establishment of ceasefire line between India and Pakistan drawn by the United Nations. The Sino-India War. The Sino-India War between China and India occurred in October to November 1962. A disputed Himalayan border was the main cause of this war. China won this war and it consolidated position in Aksai Chin. During the battle, large-scale combat took place at altitudes of more than 4,000 meters under harsh mountain conditions. In this war, there were 80,000 soldiers from the Chinese side and 20,000 soldiers from the Indian side. Indo-Pakistani War of 1965. The Second Kashmir War or the Indo-Pakistani War of 1965 was a series of skirmishes that occurred between Pakistan and India. This 17-day war caused thousands of casualties on both sides and witnessed the largest engagement of armored vehicles and the largest tank battle since World War II. Pakistan initiated this war when around 33,000 Pakistani soldiers posing as Kashmiris entered the Indian borders. In response, the Indian army crossed the ceasefire line to neutralize their plans. Thereafter, there was a serious war. However, the war resulted in a stalemate. The Indo-Pakistan War of 1971. The reason for this war was to drive the Pakistani army out of East Kashmir. This resulted in Bangladesh Liberation War that was fought for 15 days. There was a lot of bloodshed and human rights violation in this war committed by the Pakistani army. During this war, Indian forces utterly destroyed Pakistani's army, navy and air force. In fact, a total of 90,000 Pakistani soldiers were taken prisoner by the Indian forces. The war ended with the Pakistani army general signing the Shimla Agreement and officially surrendering to the Indian army. The Kargil War. The major reason that led to the Kargil War was the capturing of India's forward post by the Pakistani army. This led to the Indian army launching Operation Vijay while the Pakistani army launched Operation Badr. The IAF bombarded Pakistani's deployment heavily, thus destroying their supply route and bunkers. After a long battle, PM Atal Bihari Vajpayee declared India victorious in Kargil War on 11 June 1999. Our brave soldiers. Soldiers are the greatest asset of a country. The life of a soldier is always at risk. They have to fight wherever the country needs them without even thinking about themselves or their loved ones. Therefore, it is considered to be the most selfless profession in the world. Being a soldier is pride in itself. They always give their 100% in all wars to save the country. They are considered to be the indestructible force that protects the country from any threat. Soldiers have to be prepared for anything even if they are posted from one part of the country to another at very short notice. For our tomorrow, they give their today. Do not lament the death of a warrior in the battlefield, as those who sacrifice the lives of the war are honored in the heavens. Jai Hind, and thank you for watching my presentation.